By Asha, 5 minutes past the hour of 12. Good afternoon, Malabites and Malabrites, ladies and gentlemen, friends and foes, mummies and daddies. You're tuned into Unico 103.5 FM, the only station that offers you the best of education, information, and of course, entertainment. 360, we love to call it ADU Infotainment. Today happens to be the 9th day in the month of October 2025. It's a Thursday. It's a throwback Thursday, actually, and we're throwing back, to the good old songs of the past. Today we have something very special for you right here on Unico 103.5 FM. We're bringing to you education, information, and of course entertainment as usual. Today we have an exclusive interview with the Deputy Vice Chancellor Academics, University of Calabar, none other person than Professor Tony Eyang, and he's going to be talking to us about the online registration procedures for freshmen, the 2025/2026 session. A very good afternoon, sir. Welcome on the show.
Thank you very much, and good afternoon, listeners out there, and all those Unico Radio 103.5 FM. Thank you. You're welcome. How are you feeling today? Yeah, I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, so it's Thursday, and like I said, we are throwing it back to the olden days. Before I get into the interview proper, what is your favorite old school jam?
I like Kool and the Gang.
Kool and the Gang, yes. Okay, I'm going to look that up. I don't know who they are, but I'm going to look that up as soon as I can.
You should know Kool and the Gang. Let's cool ourselves down. Okay. Let's be in the right mood, the right temperament. Yes. For studies, for academics.
Okay, amazing. So welcome on the show one more time. So today we're going to be talking about the online registration procedures for freshmen. But before I get into that, how does it feel, returning to the academic calendar? We just came back from the holiday. I think it was a month holiday. How does it feel coming back to work and, meeting new students on campus?
Okay, I feel very excited as a person, and I'm sure the entire management and the university community for us to start a new session, the 2025-2026 academic session.
Okay.
We've been preparing for this, waiting for the new students, and also waiting for the returning students. Coming in today, I saw quite a number of them, both the freshers and the returning students. It pleases us to have them around to begin a journey at this time. And we are beginning a journey at the golden moment of the university, the time that we celebrated the 50th anniversary, the time also that we have an administration led by Prof. Florence Bankobi as Vice Chancellor, that we call the golden one, who has laid a golden foundation. So we can say those who are coming now have a golden beginning, I should say.
A golden beginning, that's a good one. Okay, so let's jump right into it. Let's talk about the online registration proper. Now, that a lot of students always find it difficult to, do the online registration exercise, from freshers to even people that are returning students.
Yes.
So what measures have the University of Calabar put in place in order to ensure that the registration is smooth and is, hassle-free for freshmen especially?
Okay. Thank you. Let me use this opportunity again. I will welcome all the freshmen who are on campus, and those who are on their way. I know that we've gone very far with admissions, and quite a number of them who are already around are very enthusiastic. I met a number who were trying to find out a few things from me, not because they knew I was DVC, but as a staff, and I felt very pleased about that. And as I said earlier, we've been preparing for them, and I would like to use this opportunity to also tell the returning students who have come that they have a responsibility to lead very well those who are new, and also to our staff, both academic and non-teaching, who have been doing a lot, to create the environment for meaningful academic exercise. We have done quite a lot to make sure that the place is well set for the beginners particularly, or the freshers, to do their registration. We have pushed out a number of things out there about their registration, the portal. It's first of all that no one pays cash to anyone in the university, at the departmental level, at the faculty level, and even when it comes to the charges that we now call fees, no one pays cash to anyone. So to enable freshers to carry out their registration seamlessly, we have the portal, and there is a link. The link to that portal is www.unico.edu.ng. That's the hyperlink really. Yeah, and that portal enables the students to provide their biodata, and then which of course requires their JAM registration number, their names and departments that have been given admission to, and so on. And then as they follow the prompts, they get to accept the admission. Of course, a number of them, I must say, have accepted admission. So the admission here, the registration here we're talking about is both for those who have not accepted the admission or who have not paid the acceptance fees, yes, and those who already have. And for those who already have paid the acceptance fees, it's quite simple too. If you've already paid, or if you are even paying through this portal using the promptings, you have to print a receipt and the payment code. Use the code generated on the payment receipt to log back into the portal after clicking on the continue button, and then you complete your biodata forms and upload your credentials. It is important that the credentials that you're expected to upload include, a very clear passport. Please don't use a passport that is not clear, that is foggy. Yeah. You put that platform there on the white background, not more than 30 KB, that is kilobytes.
Okay.
And then, of course, the O-levels you're expected to upload should be, that's your SSE, should be from NECO or WAEC or NACPEP, and it should not be more than two sittings, as you know. And for some departments or programs like medicine and surgery, it should be from one sitting, as you know. Then you continue. I think I have to be a little deliberate about the pace in which this is said so that the students, particularly our freshers, will understand it.
Yes.
But we have generated, a memo stating all the steps that are required for the freshers, to follow and carry out their registration.
Okay.
But they should also know that being to be considered a student of the University of Calabar, you first of all have to accept your admission. You have to pay the acceptance fees. Without the acceptance fees, you cannot pay the fee itself. When you pay the fee, you can now do this registration that I'm talking about by uploading through the portal all your documents, your O-level papers and biodata. Yes. On the portal. Yes, so until, even when you pay, you are still not considered a student in a strict sense of the word. Okay. Because you are still expected to register your courses. You register your courses for both the first semester and the second semester at once. Learn to do it yourself. Because if you do not register your courses online, you will not be allowed to write any examination. And of course, you should remember that here in the university, no one rings a bell to remind you that it is time to do this. You are on your own, as is always said, or you're on your own. So please, you should always be up to this responsibility of doing what is expected of you without being reminded. On a daily basis, I would like to use this opportunity to say to our freshers that they should learn, to know the task they are supposed to carry out each day. They should contact their department. They have platforms where they have classmates and where information is shared. They should also go to the department, contact people there, the notice boards, and get information so that they are properly guided. So for you, back to it, for you to be a complete student, let me put it that way, you are expected to have paid your fees, also expected to have registered your courses for both first and second semesters.
That's one.
Because if you don't, you are not going to write any exam. Your name is not going to be on the list of those that have registered for the courses online, where the attendance register will be generated. Because that is where your name should be, so that when you write exam, your results can be uploaded on the platform according to the courses, that you registered and you sat the exams in those courses. Yeah. So that's exactly where we are. So I'm using this opportunity to stress this once more to our freshers, that this environment is very, very ready to receive you. Make the best out of it by availing yourselves of the opportunity provided online for registration. It is seamless. It is seamless. Please do not learn the hard way by asking people to register for you, only for you to get to realize much later that you were only scammed. Yes, so learn to do it yourself. If you can't do it with your phone, go to the cyber cafe where it is properly done and confirm that your courses have been uploaded. Now, that said, it is also important that if you do not pay your fees, if you do not register your courses, if you do not have all your bio data uploaded, including your O-level papers and other information that is required of you, you cannot apply for university accommodation. It is when you have satisfied this and you have a printout from the portal certifying that you have done or followed all these steps, that you now can go to Student Affairs and apply for accommodation. You will be told how to apply for accommodation, but accommodation is on the basis of first come, first served. So if you have paid your fees and done your registration, you are expected to go to Student Affairs for accommodation, where you'll be asked to pay a fee. You will not be asked to pay if you have not done all of this. Let me pause at the moment, and then hear from, and know if there are questions out there before I take the other segments of this.
Okay, so if you have any question for the DVC academics, you can reach us on 0809 4444058. I'll take that again, 0809 4444058. You can send an SMS to that number or send a WhatsApp message to that same number. So, Star, you spoke about students being able to do these registrations on their own.
Yes.
Now, sometimes I've heard a couple of students complain about, the sites glitching on their phones, and they resort to going to some cyber cafes where they get scammed. Now, is there any form of upgrade that the school management have done to the site in order for any of the students to be able to access this website on their phones and do their registrations by themselves?
Yes, the portal is very active. It has been further solidified.
Okay.
Yes, we are very sure that those glitches would not have been reduced, I should say, if not eliminated altogether. But being a virtual thing, you cannot say definitively that you've eliminated all glitches. Yeah, but students should do the registration themselves. Yes, that's the only way they are sure that it is successful or not. If it is not successful, of course, they can always try again. But the experience we have is that those who have learned to do it themselves get it right and do not have any cause to complain, especially when the time comes for examination. And names of those that have registered online, the list is generated for the attendance and admittance into examination.
Okay, amazing. So you've also served in the capacity of the Dean of Student Affairs before
Yes.
attaining the position of the DVC academics.
Yes.
What are some common mistakes that most freshmen have made in regards to online course registration or general registrations, and how can they be avoided?
Okay, thank you very much. It's that when new students come into an institution like this, there are quite a number of people who would like to take advantage of them. And most of them do not know this. So they are so trusting, and then they get scammed and so on. That's one thing. And there are people who collect money from them and tell them that, okay, I'll use this to register you, do not bother, just go away, you'll see that you've been registered. And then they go thinking that that is all, only to realize very close to examination that they haven't registered their courses.
Okay.
Yes, and sometimes become so terrible that they are forced or compelled by the situation they find themselves, to suspend studies or to even defer the admission altogether. So if you are listening to me out there as a fresher, do not learn this hard way. Just try and do it yourself. You can be guided, even in the cyber cafe that you want to do it if your phone cannot support this. Yes, and those who have done it themselves have not had any cause to complain again, as I said. Now that said, let me go ahead. When you have uploaded your information on the portal, yes, you are you now continue your registration. Yeah, you print your course registration form. Yes, you will be required to submit this to your department. Then you are also to return your home page and complete your registration for library, sports, medical services by clicking on each of these relevant fields. Yes, you'll be required also to print each of the registration forms at the end of the registration. Registered students should visit their departments to obtain their ID cards. And if you have paid your fees, you would also have paid for the ID card because the payment is done together. So that's what I think I should share with you at this stage before we get into the course registration itself, for which we already have flyers out there to guide both the returning students and the freshmen. The freshmen.
Okay, so concerning the registrations, is there any deadline for the registrations, and what are the penalties for those who miss the registration before the deadline? Okay, yes, the academic calendar states the deadline, or the timelines for all these academic activities that are to take place within the calendar. Okay. And specifically here, the 2025-2026 academic calendar. Yeah. Now that the session has just begun, we expect that the freshmen and also returning students should get started with this registration. Yeah, once it is time for this to end, there will be further be reminded, and once the time comes, the curtain is drawn. And once you cannot register your courses or get done all this that I have said by way of registration, you are shut out. The meaning is that you cannot write any exam and you're not going to have any result. And then once you can't write an exam, you can't have any result. What does that mean? You are not a student. So it takes me back to what I said when I started earlier, that you are not strictly speaking a student until you have registered your courses. Until you have registered your courses. Like someone I said, of course, Dom, you're here. Yeah, it's like taking money to a bank without having an account. So you can sit for exam. I don't know who give you. No one's going to give you an exam anyway. But if you write an exam when you have not registered the course, it's like you have taken money to the bank without an account. So where will such money be? So please do not learn the hard way. If you're out there and listening to me, yes, learn to do your registration yourself. Give no one, no money, no cash whatsoever. If anyone demands for cash payment, please report to the Chief Security Officer. Report even to my office as Deputy Vice Chancellor Academic. My name is Professor Tony, just as the anchor introduced me earlier. You can also send a text message. You can also send to the Vice Chancellor directly. Yes. So we making sure that the environment is conducive for students to learn. And let me add this. Please, students should utilize the opportunity that has been provided by NEL Fund for them to take the millstone of, which is the burden of sponsorship, by applying for that loan. It is a unique opportunity. Please let us look at the positive side of this. Yes, a lot of people are leveraging this opportunity out there, especially in northern Nigeria, central Nigeria, yes, and even western Nigeria.
Yes, and parts of the South. Our registration here is too low in spite of the efforts being made by management of the university led by Professor Florence Bankwobi. The enrollment for NELFON is too low. This is the time for us to begin, to mount the airways or to carry out the sensitization the way it has not been done before, to ensure that people are aware that this opportunity exists. This opportunity exists, and that's why we're talking about the harmonization of charges, because NELFON has asked that all those on the NELFON loan, that's NELFON beneficiaries, should have all their charges, settled at once by NELFON. And so it means that if you are not ready, to apply for NELFON loan, you are okay. You are just okay. Please, this is a great opportunity provided by the federal government, for you to see yourself through school without further stress. Yes.
Okay, as since we're talking about NELFON now, aside the NELFON initiative, is there any other flexible payments plan by the University of Calabar for students who, might have a little bit of financial constraint?
We had before NELFON came, and it was that you could pay your fees in 2 installments,
okay.
60/40. But with NELFON, that is very accessible. That's no longer the case, because you have the option of applying for NELFON loan and getting the money. And when you get the money, all your charges will be settled. All your let me call them centralized charges will be settled. Your fees, yes, will be settled. Well, when I'm talking about charges, of course there's no tuition fee in the strict sense of the word. Yes, paying for medicals, paying for development, paying for sports, and all of this. Those are the charges, and including ICT. Okay, yeah, those are the charges. Yes, so it's expected that if you are hard up, if you have difficulties, you should apply to NELFON. And all those who have applied successfully, have gotten NELFON loan. So we have no reason whatsoever not to apply.
Okay, if you still have questions for the DVC academics, you can send it to us, 0809-4444-058. I'll take that again, 0809-4444-058. You can send a WhatsApp message to that number or send an SMS to that number. So speaking of ICT, or beyond the ICT units, what role does faculty officers and academic advisors play in guiding freshmen on registration?
Yes, I know that at the departmental and faculty levels, orientation ceremonies are also organized apart from the one that is central. Yes, like we have it in our academic calendar, the orientation ceremony for freshers. But one thing that has to be stressed is that as the students get to the departments on registration, yes, they should be guided. They should be guided by the staff advisors, and it's experienced people, of course, who are appointed at the departmental level as staff advisors for your own students. Because these are people who have been in the system, who are very experienced, who are very mature, and who can empathize, okay? Yes, who are charged with that responsibility of leading students at that level.
Okay, let's take a few questions from students. So this one is from Peter Chidozi, and it says, what is delaying the first admission list in nursing science departments? Freshers are already tired of waiting.
Okay, you can see that the person has gone off what we're talking about into admissions, right? Yes, into admissions. Well, it's that admission will be over by end of October.
Okay.
Yes, admission will be over by end of October. For now, admission is still on. The exercise is still on.
Okay, amazing. So what provision for students who experience failed payments or double payments? Because sometimes
of fees or what?
Of fees, because sometimes it happens. I know 2 people who the same situation has happened to them, where they paid their fees and it went twice. It was paid twice, and the refund process was so long and it never happened. So is there any provision by the school management to handle situations like this?
Once there is evidence that someone has paid twice, meaning that the first maybe was did not show that it was successful, and the second went, only to realize that the first was also successful.
Yes.
You just bring the evidence. Yeah, it could take some time, but definitely you'll be paid.
So where are they bringing the evidence to?
No, it has to be to the bursary.
To the bursary.
Yes. Has to be to the bursary.
Okay.
You have to get your account statement. You have to show that the money was paid to the university account from yours or whoever paid it, and then we check the books and then initiate the process for the refund.
Okay, so now let's talk about you as the DVC academics.
Okay.
How accessible are you by students? Because, the Vice Chancellor always says that anytime, any day, you can call on her and she's going to respond. So for you as the DVC academics, how accessible are you by the student? Is it very, easy to access you, or, it's by connection before we can actually
somehow I see consider myself the dean of students that students could just walk up to, and I think I see them in larger numbers now, and it pleases me when I'm able to solve their problems. I try to use all my time to attend to them. Students make me important in this place, and all of us who work here, we cannot afford to turn the other way when they come to us with their problems. And I say this from the bottom of my heart, because I had the best of attention from staff, both academic and non-teaching. And it's the same thing I'm doing, even more that I've had the opportunity to be DVC, to be even before that as a dean of students. So my doors are open, and I appreciate when students come to me. I know that it's not all that can come to me, but those who have the opportunity to listen, just like we're talking here, and do what's expected of them, I really also appreciate them. Yes.
Okay, so before the show, there are a few students who reached out to us concerning the recent reduction by 400 naira thereabouts in the school fees. Can you shed more light on that?
401?
Yes, there was a reduction from the school fees around 400 naira or thereabouts. Students were saying that their school fees had been reduced by 400 naira.
Well, I don't know. That's just coming to me, but if there is a reduction in their fees, then they have cause to celebrate. Of course, to
their
celebrate.
concern is it's just 400 naira, so they're asking.
So what were they expecting when things have become even more expensive? You understand? If there is a reduction, they should have cause to celebrate. I must say, I wouldn't want to say more than that. Of course, and they should justify that by being serious, by doing what is expected of them.
You've heard it from
even an over reduction.
You have every cause to celebrate, no matter how little the reduction is. Okay, lastly, before I let you go, in your own opinion, right, has there been any significant improvements between moving away from the manual form of registration to the full-time digital form of registration?
Yes, it has helped the university system a lot. Not just in terms of the income that comes in, which helps us to run the system, yes, but because students now know their status. You know that you are a student, just like I said before, you have registered, and that you do not have to go and be in the bank and queue for days just to pay fees or to pay charges. No. It has made it so easy for us to operate, and for those of us who are in the system. Yes, the time was when even in our Unicam microfinance bank here, people would queue for 4 days before they are able to pay, just charges. So now that it is virtual, seamlessly, they do that and have all the time they need, to pursue their studies. So it's a good one.
Okay, so we have a message here right now, and I'm going to take it live on the radio. This is from a student. It says, okay, give me a minute. Good afternoon. Please, what's the fees for mass communication students? Thanks. That's your students reaching out to you. What is the fees for mass communication students? Thanks. Thanks. He's just saying thank you.
Thanks. Okay, good. Well, I don't have a fee schedule with me here, and what I've come to do today is to let students understand the need for them to register their courses, the need for freshers to also the steps they have to take to get registered in the university, because this is first semester for them. If they don't get this done on time, they won't settle down early enough to start the business of academics. Yes, so it's important that we come here, emphasize this, and of course we can't emphasize it enough. We're going to go, just like I said, out to circulate some flyers that are going to be helpful to the students generally. I don't have the fee schedule here to know what the respective students of of different programs are supposed to be paying. But actually, fee is not the same for all students. Yes, it is program specific. Yes.
Okay, we have a message here and it says, we are so happy for the reduction in school fees. Kudos to Unical students. This is from Peter Chidozie.
Okay.
I think we have grateful Malabites and Malabrites.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. We know the VC is a very considerate academic and mother who feels that students deserve the best. Students deserve the best, actually. And she has done a lot. That's why I think that those who are coming now are coming at a time that is actually truly golden. No matter the problems that the system is still plagued, with, and it's a Nigerian thing generally, but we can still make the most out of it. So for the freshers and even the returning students, this is a time actually to justify this foundation that has been further solidified, which they are coming to meet, both those who are coming new and those who have been around, to make the most of the situation or of the way the university is right now.
Okay, so before I let you go, are there any nuggets you would love to throw to students, both freshmen and returning students? The academic roller coaster is about to start. So do you have any advice you would want to give students, both freshmen and returning students?
Okay, yes. It is that the journey has begun, and how far this journey is going to go, no one knows. But we know that once you come to the university and apply yourself to the things that have brought you here, you are focused and you are disciplined, you get the best. And what you get from here is going to be like a master key that will open a lot of doors into vistas of opportunities out there. So it is for the students to know why they are here and to read. Not only to read, but to also socialize and allow the university to pass through them. To be guided by the principles that make a good society, a society that is enviable. To be honest, to be courageous, to be diligent, hardworking, and to have foresight. Please, you must know that this journey is going to take you very far. And how far it takes you depends on how you use the opportunities available to you now. Paying your fees, doing your registration, doing your continuous assessment, attending lectures, yes, are the things that have brought you here. Please make sure that no one takes advantage of you, particularly for our girl students. We ask them to be courageous, to be strong. If you see if anybody molests you, please report the person. Report the person, whether staff or student. Yes, the environment here has been made so friendly, and there's gender awareness, gender sensitivity. Yes, we have a hub in Hall 10, the youth-friendly hub, where counseling is done, a number of things are done. You can also go to our counseling unit, yes, if you have any problem, and be guided accordingly. So students have a beautiful opportunity to begin their journey, those who have just come particularly, and those who have been around know that, yes, that's how it has been. Yes, there are things that could distract you, but don't allow yourself to be distracted. Remain focused on what has brought you here. and then you will fly, you will soar, you will succeed. Your parents will be proud of you. The society would also have your impact when the time comes for you to show that you have actually got the best from the University of Calabar.
Well, you've heard it from the DVC academics. Okay, we have one more message before we call it a day. It says, for freshers or students in general without smart devices, can your office help provide points to help with the registrations?
Points for registration?
Yes, registrations.
Yes, actually we have the result database. If students have difficulties, they can always come there. But how many students can come there? We have about 35 to 40,000 students. That's a place that can only take about maybe 10, 15 students or so. So that's why they are advised, to do it themselves using their phones. But those who do not have, they can go to cyber cafes even within the campus here. Yes, and then be guided by them, to do the registration.
So this person goes further to say, can the ID be tied to it for smooth registration?
For
smooth registration.
For smooth registration.
Yes, can your ID be used to register your courses?
The ID does not have that facility, but I know it has a chip that reveals a lot about you, all your biodata. That's what it does. Yeah, but for now, the registration is not through the ID.
Okay.
Yes.
But are we going to get to a time where you can actually register for your courses with just your ID?
I just want to believe so. But for now, let us use what is available.
Okay, that's the much you can take on this segment of the show. It has been an amazing time talking to the Deputy Vice Chancellor Academics, no other person than Professor Tony Eyang. He has assured you that he's always here to listen to your complaint, to listen to your plight, and he'll do his best to ensure that you have the best time right here in the University of Calabar. My name remains Ryan Henshaw. That's a wrap on today's episode of the show. We're going back to the music. Stay calm, stay collected, focus on your goals, and focus on everything that brought you to the University of Calabar. I'll leave in the hands of Duncan Mighty. This one says, Port Harcourt Son. Do have a good afternoon and enjoy our broadcast coming your way shortly.
Where's my